Hello everybody, my name is Ma. Welcome to my tea party. I have been thinking about making a video about Hong Kong, Mainland China for a long time, especially when Hong Kong protesters besieged, cursed, and assaulted Chinese shoppers at the Chinese New Year period. Recently, when I checked the Western mainstream media reports like BBC, I was thinking I should do something to let people to know the whole picture. Here is how BBC reported the protest. The thumbnail of the video is a girl bleeding, as you can see. The whole report is about how protesters were suppressed by police, how terrible the mainland tourists are, and the national pride and autonomy of Hong Kong people.
Police fired pepper spray as hundreds of demonstrators voiced their anger at local residents who they say encouraged Chinese traders to cross into Hong Kong.
We just don't like how they drive up all the prices, drive up everything, create a lot of chaos, and we aren't benefit from it.
The protesters say that whilst it's as much an issue about national pride and Hong Kong's autonomy, it's also about not becoming merely a discount supermarket for China.
The report neglects the fact that protesters blocked the buses between Hong Kong and Mainland China, cursed the mainland shoppers who were carrying trolleys, and flashed torches at mainland shoppers who were taking the bus.
我来这边买东西是我的自由，因为我不是水客。 我是为我小孩自己来买东西的，我觉得这边很乱，我以后不会过来了。
The young protester even kicked the old people's trolleys and fled. This poor old man looked confused and was escorted by police to leave the scene.
由警察護送離開。
The worst case is where so-called peace lovers surrounded his mother and daughter and asked them to open their suitcase to prove that they are not smugglers. I think this behavior is unacceptable in any civilized countries. When the girl was frightened and crying, the protesters accused the mother and daughter pair of feigning victimhood. When I first watched the video, I was shocked. In the 3-minute video, no one came to stop or criticize the young protesters. Only one lady at the end consoled the little girl. Is this the essence of Hong Kong people's national pride? The protesters are nothing but thugs. The Hong Kong protesters fought against mainland shoppers under the banner of fighting against smuggling. However, most mainlanders they were harassing were only tourists who came to Hong Kong legally. How can these so-called passionate citizens ask them to get the fuck out of Hong Kong? It reminds me of UKIP, but even worse. I would like to kindly remind the protesters that 4,325 people were arrested due to smuggling from 7th of September 2012 to 28th of February 2013. 231 of them were mainland Chinese residents and 4,090 were Hong Kong residents. Ironic, right? Apparently, fighting against smuggling is just an excuse. Protesters are fighting against anyone who speaks Mandarin. It is known that most mainland Chinese people speak Mandarin and Hong Kong people speak Cantonese. These protesters assaulted any people who speak Mandarin, and even some Hong Kong residents had to speak Cantonese to protesters to prove their innocence. Here is how UN define racial discrimination. The term racial discrimination shall mean any distinction, exclusion, restriction, or preference based on race, color, descent, or national or ethnic origin that has the purpose or effect of nullifying or impairing the recognition, enjoyment, or exercise on an equal footing of human rights and fundamental freedoms in the political, economic, social, cultural, or any other fields of public life. In British law, the phrase racial group means any group of people who are defined by reference to their race, color, nationality, including citizenship, or ethnic or national origin. Since these protesters claim themselves not Chinese and attack people by their accents and where they are originally from, is this racism rather than discrimination?